Hi Taurus, welcome to your Astro Reels. It's my pleasure to read for you. As you know, these readings are timeless and signless, so you don't have to be watching this reading at the time that it's being published, and you don't have to be of any Taurian persuasion in your natal chart for these messages to be for you, because actually they're just collective messages. If it resonates, then yay, use your discernment. Of course, if it doesn't resonate, I would invite you to take some time out and come back and then see how the energies flow. Wow, this energy really doesn't want to let go of that. And this energy is kind of coming along for the ride. We'll go ahead and put that there. Yeah, whoa, did you see that? The fighting. Wow, what's happening? What's happening? This one's like, no thanks. We'll take a look. If you'd like to work more personally with me, you know exactly where to find me at my Etsy page, okay? Also, please take a moment and like or subscribe or hit the heart button, depending on what platform you're on. And thank you so much for doing that. All right, let's see what else is coming up. Interestingly, I picked up these cards, and I wasn't planning to, but, you know, we're out here in the energy. Yeah, you're being forged in the fire for strength. Earthy, durable, tough. Interestingly, we see this energy kind of trying to make its way in to be with this card, and this one's like, nope. Right? So we see this, the key word here is forged, right? So what's happening right now, and I know we're saying forged with this idea of hot, hot fireplace or hearth and hot pokers and welding and all sorts of stuff and all of that. But at the same time, I'm getting this idea of doing that quietly in a muted way. And this is so very December energies in the energy that I'm picking up, December energies heading into the winter. Didn't we talk about the energies starting to calm down and really you guys starting to have a little bit of a fire, and you're working, not dynamically, not like that, but working with that fire, tending that fire, literally a fire right there, tending that fire, throughout the rest of the winter. Okay, this is what I'm getting. So we're no longer in the winding down stage that we were when we first started talking about it around October and November and getting into autumn energy. Now we're entering, and we're kind of in already, that home and hearth energy. So here's my question. Have you gathered your nuts for the winter? Have you gotten things together? Now, I don't want you to think that I'm talking about have you gotten your taxes done? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your energetic reserves. And the reason why that is coming through is because, well, for a lot of us, it's going to be a moment of rest and repose, right? When we think about repose, we think of contemplative rest. We think of silhouettes. We think of, quietude. It's giving me something a little bit more muted than the hangman card. With the hangman card, usually conveys to me time of rest, but stagnation if you can, but there's usually a lot to be learned from that. But whenever I feel the hangman card, even though it's coming with an energy of stagnation and kind of being hung upside down, whether that's just through inability of your own or someone else causing you to be unable to move, there's always a sense of synaptic activity going on. There's a sense of I'm also getting a sense of indignation usually comes with that card, maybe some tension, like why am I here, this and that, and it comes with breakthroughs, right, if you're willing to lean into that process. But what I'm getting here is more like, welp, I see someone kind of shrugging, welp, here I am. So for some of you, there's a little bit of a feeling of being subdued at this time. So maybe if you're coming through a breakup or some type of otherwise abysmal situation in your life, and then wouldn't be surprised. Listen, it's the holidays, number one. The holidays brings that for a lot of people because they're almost forced to go back to the epicenter of their pain, home, right? But also it's coming fresh out of the scorpionic season, October, November, and I know it's like, but we're well into Sagittarius, and then we're going to go into like Capricorn, and yeah, but the wounds of revelation and things like that come from what is Scorpio season, seeing your shadows, seeing your quote unquote self, it's just you, right, can last. So if you are struggling at this time with whatever's going on in your life in terms of form, the people, places, things, situations, ideas, and struggling to get a grip on what meaning you're assigning those things. And those meanings are usually about yourself, like, oh, I wish I were this, I wish I were that, or if I weren't this, then, or even about other people. Oh, this person did this, and if they had it, which is really just a deflection of yourself, 2 steps removed, right? If you're struggling with all of that, I would invite you to really focus on self-care and self-love. It's really important, because at the end of the day, trust me, your friendly local reader and healer, at the end of the day, it's just you. I'm just reflecting you. The people on the news, they're just reflecting you. You don't realize that, because the you that is you is much larger than the little you in this time and space and location. This body, this compromised physical mind cannot comprehend that. Okay, some of you can, some of you got it, and most people do not, and that brings its own suffering. But please just trust me when I say that the thing that you fear the most is just your own opinion about yourself. Okay, that's it. That's life. When I say that's life, not that's life, not like that, like chin up. No, I mean that's life in a nutshell. The thing you fear the most is the opinion that you have about yourself. But if you struggle to see where you are, where you begin and where the other ends, or whatever that is, then you're going to struggle even more, because you're going to place yourself in victim mode. Okay? So anyway, not trying to go too deep there, but of course, if you'd like to go deep, we can go deep in an individual way, which is very much for you. Oh, I forgot to mention, I keep forgetting, 20% off everything in the store right now. That is $100 and more. And of course, we do offer payment plans with Klarna, for all purchases $50 and above. God bless you. And any purchases that you order now do not need to be redeemed. Like, you can right away. So sometimes people choose to, at the end of the year, order readings for themselves or other people and indicate maybe a time next year that they would like to have it. And that's totally fine. Warrior, this is not the time to fight, is what I'm getting. You must stand up for what you believe, but look how flaccid it even feels. This is not a time for fighting. This is a time for, and I don't even want to say inner strength. And I want to keep this here, though, because I recognize that the part of me that's feeling like, oh, the inner strength, it's not time for inner strength, is a reflection of you, whoever you are, not feeling completely solid in yourself. So this is giving me some 3 of Swords energy. 5 of Swords, grief. 3 of Swords, heartbreak. Maybe some 9 of Swords. I almost said low self-worth, but that's true, of course, because that's what underlies all of our bad feelings. 8 of Swords, but my 9 of Swords. 9 of Swords to me is crying in the car, crying in the shower. It's just malaise. And the 8 of Swords is the obsessiveness, that mental obsession that comes with it. And I'm getting a lot of, but I thought, look at that. See the King of Water, King of Cups coming through with the Emperor falling right on it. But really the energy, I feel like, just slipped right off. That's the I thought. But I thought, if you watched a reading that I just did, I'm going to put both readings out at the same time, actually, today. The reading I just did was the Aries reading, and they were talking about how right now we're seeing the disconnection of form, person, place, thing, situation, idea. If you were dealing with a person or anything like that, that's over and done with. God bless. 8 minutes, 44 seconds. That's full completion, 8 and 8, right? That's full completion. But you, energetically, which is all this was to begin with, a reflection of you, if you don't like what you saw here, then I have some news for you about yourself, right? Now, this is the place for self-love. This is the place for self-love. And that's a hard journey sometimes, to move out of the space of what we wanted to be the case, because we over-attached meaning to a person, place, thing, situation, or idea that showed up in our life, in the physical. But the physical, whether it's the body, whether it's the molecules, whether it's the TV, whatever in the physical, is not real. It feels real and all of that, and so while you're here in this third dimension, it's real, but there's no creation at this level. There's no ability to judge. The body cannot judge. It doesn't work that way. It's like ashes to ashes, dust to dust. It's meaningless. We love it as the temple for our spirit. But remember, creation occurs in a non-physical. Choice occurs in a non-physical. So I know that's hard to believe because we see things like childbirth in the physical. That's following a non-physical event, 10 minutes, 10 seconds. Okay? And so it logically follows, as difficult as it is for everyone to know, myself included, because we attach so much meaning to the physical because we feel it. If we cut ourselves, we feel it. Healing does not occur in the physical. Okay? It does not. The only place that, and in fact, illness doesn't occur. The body's just like, it's just there. And the physical is just, the only thing that can be made sick and ill and weird and all of that is the mind. The mind is the only thing that's compromisable. And that's where that's the only place, therefore, that the healing can occur. The soul is fine. The body doesn't do anything. It just houses. It's like a nut, a nut for the shell. A shell for the nut. What's going on with the shell? Shell's not doing anything. It's just, right? That's it. So you have to do the mind. This is the work, 11 minutes, 11 seconds, because it's your mentality that creates your energetic field. And this is not the video to go into all of that right now, because we've talked about that a lot, and you're either ready to hear that message or you're not. Okay, so here we are, I almost said heart, right? Here we are, of course. Just as I was saying, we see this energy here of something ending, right? We have the wheel, something ending and something new beginning. Now it's interesting because we just had the Emperor representing the form, person, place, thing, situation, or idea that is leaving, that has already left your life. I just got a nod to the militant energy for somebody. You saw on my nose, I'm like, whatever that is, militant energy, control. Maybe this is referring to somebody's, they're saying demographic for some of you, but also referring to your countenance or the countenance of somebody in your life, which all of that is just reflecting your own countenance. A part of you was militant, and that's why you would, for example, attract militant people, militant circumstances, whether or not they actually in our physical space bear any relation to the military. It's an energy, right? And so what I'm seeing here, remember, it's gone, but look what's left. You in the mirror. This is it, because you know. And if you really want to get upset, come see me and I'll show you how your parents reflect you as well. Don't kill me. Don't shoot the messenger. Okay, I'm just out here. We're just out here just trying to help. Okay. Oh, that card's coming up again. This card came up in the last reading. Earth Star Chakra wanted to come in, right? Initiation energy. Radical. Oh, now you want to hang out. Okay, look, did you see that? Radiant illumination, solar plexus. That makes sense. The solar plexus energy is the will, right? It's the will. And here we have this energy coming in to have this transformation. This is life-changing transformation. Look at how the colors, the blue and the orange, is all here. This is amalgamation. This is alchemy. So whatever it is that this was, think of it as seminal, right? It's an injection, right? It injected you with the potency that you needed to do the work. But while you were fighting it, what were you fighting? What part was fighting this energy coming in, this shift? Well, of course, the pain, the human you. The part of you that's like, I don't understand. I don't want this. I don't want to be alone again. Why is it always me? Me. What about what about what I want? The good job, the man in the bed, the wife, this, whatever. What about me? Why do I keep losing? Where's my money? Right? It's because there's something you needed to see. And that's what the guides are saying. See how it's attaching to his crown, representing you? You needed to see something about yourself. And at the end of the day, I'll tell you what it is. What you needed to see is that you thought, and I'm talking to myself as well. Trust me, guys. I wouldn't come out here and just tell you things that I'm not also learning. We teach what we need to learn, okay? What you needed to see, and you still need to see, all of us, is that what you thought you were being is not true. You thought you were on board with yourself. You were not on board with yourself. This season in 1212 Portal was showing you how you have been being your own enemy. All right? come see me if you're interested in working through that some more. Mwah. God bless. Self-love.